think it's bad news for the English game.
We're not creative enough. We're not positive enough.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home.
We'll go on getting bad results, getting bad results, getting bad results.
That's to all you Swedish fans out there.
You just smashed your phone.
2-0. 2-0.
and you said
Semi-final. We won't get out of the group. Semis. You alright?
Good. How are you?
Mate, I'm very good. I love this weather.
How have you spent your day?
Makes a big difference. Well, I've been at work, mate. What have you been doing?
I tell you what, I've started my week off really well.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you ever like see like a story or read or watch something? It gives you the feel good.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And you're just like, whatever the week throws at me now.
Someone saved a dog from drowning.
No.
No? What?
Would you like to know?
Yes.
Basically, there was this bear
Right.
in World War II.
Okay.
That was a cub. The mum died, right?
Right.
Poachers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And this family found the cub, and they was like, right, we'll go and swap it with the soldiers for some food.
Okay.
So soldiers got the cub,
Right.
Polish soldiers, and then they took the cub back to the place where soldiers stay.
Yeah.
And then it just became like the mascot. And then the general's like, we'll keep it around because it's so good for morale. And it liked cigarettes.
Oh my God.
The soldiers would give him cigarettes and he would eat them. And it liked beer. And sometimes it would break into the showers and just put a shower on. And one time it broke into the showers, all right? And it found a spy in the showers. And the spy got so scared, they were like, wow, these guys have got a bear working for them. He just gave up all of his information.
To the bear.
And there was one point where the bear would go out, like they gave it its own like private number and everything, so it could go with the soldiers.
Right.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah.
This is not like conspiracy.
No,
this
on.
is
Yeah,
history.
okay.
And the bear went out to, I think it was like Egypt or Italy or one of those places.
Right.
And it saw that platoon or command or whatever job at that stage was to supply stuff like ammunition.
Okay.
And they had to move stuff to like the tanks and to the
Yeah, right.
The bear started moving things. Like the bear copied the men and started taking things to the other men.
Right. Okay.
The bear survived the war and went and lived in Scotland and then went to Edinburgh Zoo.
There you go. What a life it's lived.
No, it's a
I wonder
feel-good
if they
story.
carried on giving it cigarettes. in the zoo.
Apparently, what would happen
Oh,
is the soldiers would obviously go back and visit the bear.
what was his name?
He gives a Polish name, like Wagchok or
Right, okay.
Wajtok or something.
Yeah.
Wajtuk. Something like that. The soldiers would go back and visit the bear in the zoo,
Right.
and they would call it by its name. It was like whatever it is,
Yeah.
Wajtuk. It would sit down, shake its head. And that's what it wanted. That's what it did when it wanted a cigarette. It's just one of those, like, whatever this week throws at me now.
I would not give him cigarettes.
Even on Wednesday night, if we get knocked out, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be thinking about that bear because I know
Yeah.
that bear will keep up for me.
He had what a
And
life
they
to
gave
live.
it beer, and it used to get drunk and then raid the cupboards for food. These aren't lies. This is history.
Do you, well, beside history, we're also going to be covering something else that's in the past now. The third 2020 between India and England. Or
And-
England and India, really.
And World Cup fever.
And we'll be covering...
This
we'll do a
podcast has got
breakdown
so many different levels to it. It's like an onion.
of the semi-final.
There's not a lot we don't offer.
No. It's a holistic cricket podcast.
I don't know. I don't know what that word means. I like it. It sounds good. And it reminds me of halloumi as well.
Yeah, good point. You ever had a fried halloumi salad? Or sandwich? Better than you'd think.
I've had fried halloumi sandwiches and wraps.
Better
Best
than
thing
you-
I've
yeah.
ever had.
Should we get into it, mate? Have you got any news? Something about Federer? What you got something?
Have
up
you been
with?
watching Wimbledon?
No.
Nah, it's all with football or nothing, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. There hasn't really been any hype, is there? Usually you see an advert or two. Nothing.
So do you
A
think
Robertson's advert.
what's going to happen Wednesday then? Because you must be starting to turn slightly.
No,
You're not
Croatia. That's the first proper team apart from Belgium, and we played
Sweden are a good
B-sides
team, though.
against
Sweden are a good
Yeah,
team.
but they're no Belgium or Croatia.
Croatia
are they?
aren't that much further. Up
Croatia are
than Sweden.
much better than Sweden.
They haven't played one in the last 2
They're
games.
much better. Croatia's midfield. If we play the same formation, we're in trouble.
We'll just stick Dyer in there. We'll be fine.
Oh, Dyer. That's exactly what he is. Right.
We
need to get on with the podcast.
You don't
mate.
deserve. You shouldn't be allowed to watch the football.
Why?
You're one of those people that just can't enjoy it.
What?
We're gonna-
You enjoy it, do you? When you're watching it?
when it's coming home. Yeah.
No, you don't. Shh. Today at work, people had to do presentations, right? And it was presentations purely on work, on something we should have been working on for a few months. And this guy did a PowerPoint to present it, and at the end he just had a picture of the England football team. He said, "Don't forget, it's coming home." Oh, anyway, right.
England versus India. The decider, if you like, in this little T20 series
Yeah.
of 3 games.
I feel we've taken more interest in this 2020 series than any other 2020 series
I
we've
think
covered.
it's because I'm just not working, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I also have threw my weight around a little bit until I was bringing out Career Captain every day.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't been out every day.
No, I was going to say, I was just
Hasn't been out
having
for
a
the
look
last
at
3
our
days.
channel. And there
Just hasn't
there
been
hasn't-
there.
there's not one up, mate.
I've been to Russia and whatnot.
Oh,
Come back,
well,
and it's like, all right.
it's hard to do. Do you have Wi-Fi on planes? You can't.
No, well, you
So-
probably could, but like,
You haven't?
I was doing World Cup vlogs and editing
Yes,
that. So
true. Don't tell them about your other channel.
No,
Okay.
it's much bigger. So 1-1 coming into this game. India win the toss and decide to field, putting
Standard.
England in first. Wow.
Let's have a cheeky little look at England's batting card here.
So England make an impressive 198 for 9 off their 20 overs.
Cracking start, wasn't it?
Fantastic start from Roy and Butler. Roy 67, Butler 34.
Both look very nice. Butler's dismissal's a shocking one.
The
Just like some nasty slog. Sort of.
clean up, yeah.
Yeah, nasty.
Again, there's a lot of wickets there that have feathers to Dhoni, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, the Kumar wasn't coming off.
No,
today.
it wasn't. And there was a lot of I think, you know, how many catches only picks up
Do you think the pitch was
5
like
catches.
the pitch was sort of like skiddy? So the ball was just coming on a little quicker than they thought, and that's when that Kumar shot just wasn't working. They were done at just a little bit for just
wow.
done a little bit for pace, just
Yeah.
off the surface.
I think potentially.
Because
I don't know
a lot
too
of
much
people got caught behind playing it.
Yeah, and I think that was the difference. I know it sounds
Yeah.
cliche, but those
Well, we watched the highlights, and every time England tried to do it, they got caught.
Yeah.
One India guy tried it, went for 4.
oh,
So
there you go. Notable absentee of Joe Root. Stokes comes in. We spoke
Yeah,
about this.
that's what should be happening.
Yeah, well, that was weird. I felt like my nose was rejecting my voice.
Hmm.
One of the many.
There you go. I would. I'd like to get rid of Morgan as well. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long you give him.
England, were going on at a real good rate. And 198 for 9. We can't really grumble.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay, India did really well at picking back wickets, and maybe,
I think it was our finish, wasn't it? We sort of just fell away at the finish. We were going to post something big, and we just fell away at the end.
I think that's what you get when you don't have a inform Moeen Ali or someone like that down the back end of the order.
Well,
isn't it?
you're hoping Bairstow does it there, don't you?
Yeah, you are. But then there isn't anybody after Bairstow, and then there normally is in an England team, isn't there? There's
Well,
normally...
Willie did all right last game, didn't he? But he's played on. And then you've got to... there's no one. I don't know.
We see Hales go back to 3 this time. Morgan 4, Stokes 5, Bairstow 6. A strong batting order, actually, without Joe Root. Probably a more T20 focused batting order.
Rather have
without really
Bairstow in front of Stokes.
Probably would rather have Bairstow batting 4 even.
Yeah.
He's not
I
got the
agree.
gloves, so
Yeah.
why not put him? And also T20 doesn't matter.
Exactly.
But I think it's one of those, we've spoke about it before, that this T20 squad is it's so interchangeable with whoever's in form, whoever's not in form.
But Bairstow is in form. He's been in form for a while.
Yeah, I think Owen Morgan actually, his position offers problems for England selectors and for England. Without saying anything harsh to Morgan, I know he's done a lot for the white ball game, but potentially to give up his captaincy and say, I think you need to start picking me on form or on performances rather than on my captaincy, and give the captaincy to Josh Butler, who we've seen take white ball captaincy before.
Yeah. I don't think... Well, we've seen him take Test captaincy before.
Josh Butler?
Yeah, didn't he do it in Bangladesh?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Was that just the ODIs he did it in?
Joe Root took captaincy in Bangladesh.
All right. Anyway. Yeah, I think if he gives up his captaincy, he gives up his spot, doesn't he? Which he's not going to do that.
I don't think that should be... I don't think they should say captaincy and then out. I think they should say, we're going to relinquish you of the captaincy in just T20 stuff.
Form.
And then you can have the next 2 or 3 series to prove yourself in T20 games. And if you can't, then we're going to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe bring Joe Root back. Maybe look elsewhere.
Because he's had a long period of time now out of form.
Yeah, and I think T20 is such a game where I think Josh Butler can step into it. I like Owen Morgan as the ODI captain. I think he does a good job there. His form's not as bad in one-day internationals, although it's not brilliant. But I do think it might be an idea to...
They might be looking at it.
I'm not sure they will. I think it's quite a...
He's not given up his captaincy.
Gutsy move, isn't it? I think 198 for 9 is odd to be on the losing side, especially setting up first.
Yeah, you're giving yourself a go, aren't you?
And it's good to see a game where, for the audience, obviously, especially for the neutrals, 10 runs and over and 9 wickets falling gives you something both, doesn't it? It gives you bowling, it gives you batting, it gives you some good fielding in there. We see Dhoni with a great run out.
It was a batting pitch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think 2020s are better when it's more suited to the bowlers than the batting.
I think the game that we saw, the second game, that was a really good game.
Yeah.
Alex Hales hit, what was it, the penultimate ball or the third from finished ball to win the game?
I want to see the ball doing something. I don't want it just being a road and they just play through the line and keep slapping.
I think 150 plays 150.
Yeah, those are great.
They're great. I do like the high scorers, but I don't think that should be the norm.
Yeah.
I don't think 200 should be the norm. It's actually...
And it hasn't been in this series, is it?
No. I think if you look at India, 201 for 3, fantastic performance.
Yeah, that's very
But if
good
it's
batting.
220 plays 220 for 3 or 4 each time, I'm going to get bored of it.
Yeah. Do you think that in 2020, the batting second, the reason people want to bowl first is you just get an idea of the pace of the pitch?
Yeah,
because it's not going to change, is it? So
no, it's just you understand how the pitch is going to play, how you need to play on that pitch.
Yeah, and then the batsmen just go out from ball 1 then.
You think that will change? Because it used to be scoreboard pressure and all that. We used to get that a lot 5 years ago.
I don't think you get 2020.
Do you think
people go out and...
Do you think it will go the other way?
Blast it. What do you mean?
Go back to...
No.
No?
I don't think so. I think you just... Both teams, you go big, don't you?
To look at the bowlers, Pandya plays well with 4 for 38 off his 4.
There's no real standout...
Pandya 4 for 38.
He's nearly going at 10 and over, though.
But in a game where it is 10 and over, you pick up 4 wickets. Okay. You stop that from going to 12 and over, don't you, really? So let's go on to the India innings, where we see India chase down England's 198.
Oh, delightful. 100 runs, not
quite
out.
Effectively. Yeah, Rohit Sharma. I quite like the top 3 for India. Rohit, Dhawan and Rahul.
Rahul played well again.
Yeah, you're quite a fan of
Rahul. he looks good. They all look good, to be fair.
The shots Rahul plays is fantastic.
Yeah.
He only makes 19 today, but it was a pretty 19, if you like. Rohit Sharma actually reminds me a little bit of Sehwag, the way he would kind of clear his front leg and hit across.
He played sort of like a reserved power striking innings, which sounds weird, but he never looked like he was.
His
slogging.
timing, but I think it's because his timing was
Yeah.
so fantastic. He looked really good at the crease, and Kohli played that one weird shot for six, didn't he? But
Well,
apart from
that
he
was
looked good.
slogging, wasn't it?
We saw a couple of really impressive catches from Jordan. The only thing that's probably
He's got to do something, isn't he?
keeping him in the team. You're not a massive Jordan fan, but we saw the one on the boundary that got rid of Raul,
Yeah, he
Who's-
made that look good, didn't he? He did make that look
and
good.
the caught and bowled, which could have quite easily
Caught-
cleaned him up.
Caught and bowled. You know, when he hits it straight back at you, you got to catch it.
So India do it with what's that? Over and a half, just over
I
and
think it
over
was.
and a half go.
I think it was
8 balls.
quite comfortable as
Yeah,
far
it
as
was,
2020
yeah.
wins go. When you're chasing something like that, it was comfortable.
And
Should we have a look at the bowling?
well, I was we'll have a look at the bowling, but I was thinking Stokes only bowls the 2 overs. Rashid bowls well, doesn't pick up any wickets, but only goes for 32 runs off his 4. The pace bowlers didn't have their day, did they?
It's
Liam-
weird that Stokes has bowled 2 overs. He's only gone for 11, and he only bowls the 2.
Yeah, it's somewhat. And looking at those bowlers, I don't think Ball should be a T20 bowler.
No, I wouldn't pick
I
him
think we're
for
struggling
2020.
with Curran being out.
Do you think Stokes is injured?
I
I think he's been injured for ages.
well, I said this, and
I think they just keep picking him when he gets close to fitness.
I said that he's injury prone, and I think they're going to have to think about what's best for him.
Yeah, I think
So-
they're going to have to just give him a long time off for him to get fit.
Yeah, and
Because you can't play him properly. He's bowling 2 overs. He's got the best bowling economy in a 2020 when we're getting hit, and he only bowls the 2 overs. That's fitness.
so I think that's a slightly odd one. Though I don't like the idea of him just being a batsman either. I don't know if he's good enough to just be a batsman.
No, I don't.
I think it's kind of wasting a spot there, really. And that's kind of tests. Okay, maybe.
But his batting might be suffering through his injury, whatever his injury is.
I think maybe he is a good enough batsman for the T20 format, just as a batsman.
Yeah. I
But
mean, on his day, he's going to put
Yeah,
teams away.
Of course. Just thinking, is there anything else you want to say about?
Well,
I think we got to say that India have done really well to chase down 198 so comfortably.
yeah, they have. They've done very well.
And Rohit Sharma's making a fantastic 100 has been the glue and has made that look really easy. Actually,
Does it give either team more confidence than the other going into?
going into the 1 days?
Yeah, I don't think
No.
so. I think both teams know they're pretty much at the same level.
Yeah, and I think
It's sort of like
you could play another 3 games and they would end up,
if there
Here
is
and
a
there, here and
difference, if there is a difference, I think we'll see it in the ODIs. There's more chance to see a difference there than there is in 2020.
Who do you think will be a standout?
Well, I'm interested to see because this is sort of we're like, well, England will beat them. Be interesting to see the test matches, but I don't know. I don't know now. We're going to have to wait and see about. I'll be interested to see the ODIs off the back of this because if India, keep winning, even if it's close, if they keep winning, you've got to say they're the better white ball team, haven't you?
Yeah, and of course,
Even if it's close.
India are away from home.
Yeah.
How much does the pitch or the conditions have an effect on T20 cricket? It can't be much. can
No,
it?
I don't think it is. I don't think it is, and especially not if it's baking hot and it's a batting pitch, which at the moment it's baking hot and nice. The ball's not going crazy, and they're not playing on green pitches, so I don't think it makes too much difference.
So we have 3 ODIs. Have you got any predictions for those 3 ODIs? It's quite hard to call an outright winner on 3, isn't it? It could go either way.
I think it'll be 2-1 to someone. I don't think anyone will run away with it. I think it'll be 2-1.
Yeah,
But I couldn't call which way.
I think it's going to go 2-1 England. I think England will. I think hard to say because they're both probably 1 and 2 in the world, aren't they? Yeah.
The 2020's
White ball
affected
stuff.
your thinking there, though, isn't it?
It was good. I think their batting was good.
Yeah.
You've had two players there to get hundreds. Kohli's batted well throughout, and when you watch them bat, and they do look like they can hit a ball and strike a ball.
It
And
will
it
be
looks like there's
interesting.
some batsmen in form there as well.
When it's to 50 overs, we'll see.
Who needs to stand up for England then during those?
Morgan. I want to see Morgan do something. If Morgan steps up and plays well, then we're going to have a much stronger side.
Yeah.
Because he's sort of an essential top 5 batsman.
Yep.
And if you just...
Of course,
at the
Joe
moment...
Root will come back into that
at the
team,
moment,
presumably.
he's just... It's wasting a spot at the moment. So if he stands up, I think England will win. If he doesn't, England will lose.
And for India?
Kohli.
It's hard to look past
It's Kohli.
Virat Kohli, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
They're top 4.
they've got some really good bowlers as well.
They're top 4.
Yeah,
Could just...
could be really dangerous. I'm going to go 2-1 England. You're going to go 2-1 either way.
Yeah. Morgan. That's my prediction.
It will be interesting to see how Ben Stokes does fitness-wise leading into the Test matches.
Do you think they'll pick him?
I think he's
I
got
wouldn't be surprised if they rest him.
he's got to get some bowling in him to see if he can bowl in the Test match.
I wouldn't be surprised if they pick him for the first one or the last one.
Yeah, maybe 1 and 2 and then leave him for the last one. I think he needs to get overs in his belt because I don't want to see him picked as purely as a batsman, not bowl.
Not in Test matches.
In a Test side.
No, I don't.
In an ODI side, he could do that, but that's not helping us much when we think about Test match cricket. I think we'll look to leave it there. And your score predictions for Wednesday night?
Against Croatia.
I think it's going to be really, really
2-0
tight.
Croatia.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 1-0. I think Croatia will do it.
Croatia will score.
I think it might be 1-0 in extra time.
Croatia will score. Do you think England can outscore Croatia?
Yes, they could.
No.
I think England can definitely win that game. I know England can win any game.
Right.
But they can definitely win that game.
I'm scared because of Croatia's midfield and England just don't play a midfield.
Gareth Southgate's going to have to change up the
He's
formation.
going to have to pack the midfield.
And I can see...
Because if you
Dyer
just
come
give
in for that.
Rakitic and Modric and you just give them as much time as they like, you're going to get battered. Why are you showing me pictures of the bear? Where's his name?
I don't know, I'll find it.
Member of the Polish army.
Wojtek.
Right.
This is what we need out in Russia.
I hope they treated him nicely.
Listen, they gave him
Why
cigarettes.
are they wrestling him?
Because he liked a good wrestle.
Wow.
Who's going to get dropped then for? Do you think it's safe to say Dyer will play in that game?
I hope not.
Oh, but who else we got? Loftus-Cheek potentially.
Well, he's not defensive, is he?
And I'd rather see.
We haven't
No.
taken a midfield.
No, midfield is very poor, and especially if you don't want to play, boring football. If Delph actually doesn't look bad when he's come on, but I can't bear the idea of him starting and actually playing. To be honest with you,
How bad would it be if you went total England and played people completely out of position? Bring
Moneyball.
Cahill into the back 3, Maguire to play in front of the.
All right.
So
Like
Maguire and Dyer in midfield.
yeah. Wow.
You go and proper pack it
This
defensive
is like David Luiz.
and put rapid people up front and hit them on the break.
Sam Allardyce.
Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna outskill them in midfield, are you?
I can't see that happening.
No.
I'm a little bit worried that I think Sterling I can't see who's going to be dropped.
I don't know why Sterling plays up front. I don't know why.
Well, we'll have to wait until Wednesday night. You've gone 2-0. I've
Croatia.
gone 1-0, but my heart says England.
Croatia will go 1-0 up in the first half.
Yeah.
It will be boring. England just surviving, boring, and then they'll score right at the end of the second half to make it 2-0 because we'll be trying to go forward and they'll hit us on the break.
We'll be back. I think Thursday is the next England game. We'll be back for that. Hopefully get a cricket captain out before that anyway.
Hopefully.
And we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah, I mean,
Like if you've enjoyed this episode and
you probably have.
comment. We'd like to see some more
I would
comments.
think.
Got lots of comments from the last episode. We'll surely go through comments in the next few podcasts or so.
Yeah, I hope you have a nice week and all that.
Subscribe if you're
Do you
new.
know what I mean?